This is an unboxing, and I'm so excited I am. Yeah, the stork arrived with it today. No, there's no babies inside, but I might adopt it anyway. It happens to be the long hair, B1, 40 watt, yes, 40 watt, the Big Bertha laser. Yes, for laser engraving and cutting. Currently, I already have the RAID 5 20 watt laser, which is smaller than this laser because this one has a much bigger workspace that it does. Yes, the canvas is larger, but you see, should we get to the unboxing? I think we should, and I have the necessary tool ready. Yes, with its Temu blade mounted securely in the Swan Morton handle that I've had probably, 25, 30 years. But anyway, let's see what's inside, shall we? All right, here we go. Got to cut my way through. Gently does it. I don't want to cut for anything important. No, oh my giddy yarn. There goes an artery. And then on the other side here. Okay. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey. Okay, there's a kidney. Wow. Whew. Let's do the middle one. Oh, blimey. There's a taper on there. There you go. Oh, this is really exciting. Yes. And this laser, this box, we happen to have a laser inside, I hope, was sent to me by Longhair for review. So this is a sponsored video, but no money as exchanged hands. No, none of that. No. But you see, it allows me to be honest. Yes, an honest first visual. Anyway, it's unboxing. Let's open the flipping box. I'll stop blabbering. Oh, crikey. I can't help myself. It's like I sound like the sound of my own voice, maybe. Oh, what's that? Big black thing. All right, we've got a big bit of high-density foam. Oh, look at that. Oh, blimey. It looks like it's been shook up a bit. Well, crikey, should we turn it around so it's facing the right way? Let's do that. Because the long gear is upside down. Right, there's a big red button. I just see the big red button. Blimey, what's that for? You reckon this will stop it in an emergency? Maybe. So. Right, okay, here we are. Getting ready. All right, to do an unboxing. Now, the first thing I just noticed, unlike the longer RAID 5 laser, this one comes with air assist. This is an air pump. It's identical to the one that you get for the B1. No, for B1, for the for the RAID 5, which is that one there, which is the BY30A. So it's just a 16 watt little air pump, 30 litres per minute. And it basically pumps air out of there. And for the air assist, these are dual pumps, so pump on either side of the motor. So, but you get it with it. So if you are thinking of buying the B1, you don't need to think about buying the additional air pump if you want to be doing any laser cutting or any deep burns or whatever. So on first impressions, everything looks pretty well organised in this high density foam, and it feels actually really nice. This actually looks pretty impressive. Now, unlike the RAID 5 where it has the cables all like external, so they can get caught up on stuff, so you've got to make sure your workspace is really clear. Obviously, all the cables get caught up, which would be really annoying. This one looks like they're all actually inside the rails. We'll see in a minute. So, what do we get? We get this, the front rail. It's obviously front rail because that's where all the buttons are. And we get this emergency stop. Yeah, I wonder if it's like an injector seat or something. Anyway, something like that, yeah. Maybe put the fire out, I don't know. Well, you see, on the front of that, we have the control unit. Here, there's no screen on it. So I imagine it's controlled via either the app or the software, or maybe both. Oh, this is a good idea. On top of it, I see there is a key slot. So you can turn it on and off with a key. That is a really good idea if you've got kids running about, or there's a risk of people touching this that you don't want to touch it, such as your kids, or teenagers, what have you, unless, they've got permission to do so. because you could hurt yourself with this, and also you could damage your eyes because it's a laser after all. Now, I'm looking. Oh, I see. There's the Wi-Fi here. That's the Wi-Fi aerial. So, there's connector on the back here, obviously for the wiring looms. The feet are rubberized. Oh, they feel nice. They do, yes. So it's the B1 40-watt laser. Working area is 450 by 440. A bit bigger than the Raise 5 because the Raise 5 is 400 mil by 400 mil. So it's definitely a bit bigger. So yeah, that feels nice. You've got your on-off button here. You've got your print connection for your PC, power cable here. It's funny they all go into the top like that. I'm not sure I like that. That's all that feels a bit precarious. You've got a LAN port here as well, and then a micro SD slot because you can actually operate these via the app, and where you actually have your files are on the your card. So yeah, that looks good. So put that over here out of the way. So I'm gonna take them out and put them back in again. It makes sense. Little greasy fingerprints all over it. This one, I imagine, is the back rail, which accommodates one of the stepper motors there. This is the nice thing about this one. Everything is like hidden. I mean, it's all aluminium extrusion with end caps on. The end caps are plastic. I'm not sure if I think the legs, the feet are plastic as well, with rubberized tops. And then you've got this rod here. I imagine it's like a drive rod that goes all the way through. Not sure. Oh, I see. Attaches to one of the toothed belts on that side, and then the same on that side there. Now, that's quite a long distance. I was wondering if it's supported in the middle at all. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. So, the side rails are these two here. From what I can work out, logically, I would say they're the side rails. Oh, there's one. Where's the other one? Oh, it's hidden underneath this other piece of foam. So, we have two side rails. We've got this one here, which obviously would connect to the lateral rail here, this carriage assembly. Okay, and also the carriage assembly will basically roll over the top of this, whatever way round that goes. That way or that way, probably that way, something like that. Yeah, it'd be that way. So that'll literally go in there like so, and move up and down. Yeah, we will be doing making a video on the assembly of this. I have to admit, this looks a lot easier than the last one, than the Raise 5. The Raise 5 is like massive little screws and stuff you had to use. This just looks, that's all virtually all assembled, isn't it, really? All this is all done for you. So that's quite interesting. So that's one of the rails there. That's the carriage, lateral rail. Down here, I don't think there's any cables in this one. No cables in this one. You've got, I think that's just adjustment here for the belts, for the tooth belts, just there. It's all nice though, it's just nicely done. I'm pretty impressed so far, I have to admit. So I can't actually see anything really negative. I would have liked a screen. There again, I might say that, that's my opinion at the moment, until I actually get it together and start using them. I might say to myself, well, don't need a screen. You know, we will see. We'll see what I think about that. Let's place that back on here. So that's got to go there somehow. Right. So this rail here, this lateral rail, this is unboxing. But as you put this stuff, should I call this unboxing packing? Because I can't put everything back, and I'm going to keep it in the box as I put it together. It seems logical to keep it all laid out in this box and just grab the parts as I need them, because it's just so obvious, isn't it? So simple. Now, the Raise 5 was quite clever in that each little screw packet corresponded to the steps on the instruction manual, which I've got over here. I say instruction manual, it's literally just one piece of paper, and then you've got the declaration of conformity as well. We'll have a look at that in a second. When we start getting the little bags out. This feels nice. It just feels nicely made, nicely finished off. You've even got somewhere to secure the cables here and the pipe for your air assist. Because here is where the actual laser module will slide onto a mount. And basically that can go up and down Okay. Now, the Raise 5 mechanism, I wasn't that keen on. I'm hoping this is going to be a bit better. To slide it up and down, I felt it was a bit clunky, but this is nice. So far, so good. I'm pleasantly surprised. I have to admit, when I saw the pictures of it, I was actually, thinking, this looks nice. And I like the fact all the cables, you see, are all contained, and unlike the Raise 5. Don't get me wrong, the Raise 5 is a really good machine. It's very capable, but this is definitely a step up. It really is. I don't think there's any argument there, from what I can see. And it's a lovely sort of a bluey black colour. As if that matters. Oh, it's a lovely blue black colour. Oh, yeah. A nice big long yes on the front there. Yeah, so you know who makes it. Yeah, especially if I make videos, so you can see that in it all the time, aren't you? Right, what's next? All right, should we have a look at the module? This thing here in this anti-static bag is the laser module. So let's remove the laser module. Mini-me, stop! The laser. Yeah, don't play that on here, Marcus. No. Okay, that's a movie reference, just in case you didn't know. This is interesting. Okay. Now, I'm looking at this. It's slightly chunkier than the head, the actual size of this extrusion, what have you. Was it extruded or was it folded? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's slightly bigger than the Raise 5. Possibly taller. Is it a bit taller? Maybe, not by a lot. And here is the laser just there. And over here we have the air assist, and it's already plumbed in for you. Now, when you buy the pump, it comes with all the bits and pieces. If you're going to be doing like the 5 watt or the 10 watt Raise 5, which doesn't have the air assist all plumbed in, you have to kind of do a retrofit. But this has got it already installed. The 20 watt Raise 5 had this installed already. It's all push fit. It's really easy, really easy. Got your connectors, push fit connectors on the back here. Obviously, that's the slide that goes into the carriage that I showed you a moment ago. That I like it. It's like a dovetail. That makes a lot of sense. Talk about dovetails. I've been cutting dovetails today in the workshop. And on the bottom here, now this is a nice idea. I like this idea. That, I imagine, I'm making assumptions here, but I'll see. I think I'm right. I don't see how I wouldn't be right in this case, because I think it makes sense that is like a depth stop. So when you set this up to your workpiece, you have to slide up and down, usually around 10 millimeters. That looks about 8 on there, I think. Was it 10 millimeters? It might be 10. So you normally have a block you put underneath, and you use that as a way of setting the depth, the height of the actual cut to get the right distance from the cutter, from the laser to the workpiece. But you've got this little thing on the side there, which is quite clever. I quite like that. The only thing it feels a little bit silly to me is these magnets, although they are working, they hold it there. Does it shake away? No, doesn't move at all. That's a good sign. I'd have thought those magnets have been better if they're actually a little bit further over. I'm not being petty, but yeah, it's kind of what I would like to see. But it holds it, just. So, yeah, on face value, that looks like a laser. Okay? Yeah. And that's the 40 watt module. Let's place that back in there again. Now, this also has a fan in it, so you can't get quite noisy. You've got the fan going like crazy, all the air rushing past everything. And then you've got the pump as well, so it can get quite noisy when you're actually using a laser engraver. Now, you might not always need the air assist, so you could argue that maybe it's not going to be noisy all the while, depends what you're doing. You will need air assist though if you're doing cutting. You get a lot cleaner cut, you see. Much cleaner cut when using the air assist. Right, now, okay, we've got to that stage now. We've got, or nearly to that stage where we've got to start looking at the manual. We've got the declaration of conformity there, and we've got this manual here. And it's literally, I say a quick start guide, they ain't wrong, because it's literally that to install it. That's what you need just to put it together. I think there was 2 or 4 more stages to this on the Then there's actually a bigger piece of paper on the Raise 5. So there was more to do. Okay, so you got, actually I went look at these two here, yeah, so we know that's the pump. And it has, oh, this is interesting. Okay, this one, unlike the pump when you buy it separately, which plugs into the mains, and you have an on-off switch here, literally just literally on off, and you can control the airflow with a little valve. This one looks like it connects to the controller somehow. Let's have a look. Because you've got this like DIN plug here, you see. Oh yeah, that there. Because that's the power cable there. So that would connect to that. So I imagine the air pump is being some kind of control. Does it control its power maybe? Or does it just turn it on and off when it thinks it needs it? I don't know. I'm guessing here, obviously. So I haven't used it yet, have I? No. But I will be very soon. Now it took me a little time to get my head around the Raise 5 laser and the software and stuff like that, but I feel a lot more confident now. And I have to admit, I feel very confident about this laser in the sense of it's just sheer quality. It really is. From what I can see, I'm really impressed. Right, like I say, it is a sponsored video, but no money has exchanged hands. And I'm not going to say it's, oh, that's fantastic. I don't know, it might be terrible when I put it together and, you know, so I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty good, actually, because the Raise 5 is pretty good, to be fair. I'm really impressed with that. The only thing that I found with the Raise 5, something I had to do, is I had to install earth cables everywhere, all over it. So every metal component had to be earthed, and that made it a palaver, because what was happening is it was getting through part of the burn, and then some static was being created with the belts and what have you on this top rail. It was losing connection to the actual software, and then stopped. And you could restart it, and it'll do a little tiny bit and then stop again. But since I've installed the earth cables, no problems whatsoever. I'm hoping that this one doesn't need it, because it'd be such a shame considering everything is sort of hidden. I don't really want to have all these yellow and green cables everywhere. I don't need to, I really don't. So, okay, you get your printer cable here, which attaches to the top of this controller at the front, just there. Just bog standard printer type cable. Now, I tend to like 10 gigabit cables for anything like this, because it's all about the data transfer and not having interference and all that sort of stuff. I also like to push everything through a ferret. Not a real ferret, not from head to toe. No, not that kind of ferret. No, like one of them little round things you put your cables through to take away the oh crikey, so it doesn't get conflicted with frequencies and stuff. What they're called now, ferrite. Sorry, ferrite, not ferret. Oh, my uncle used to have a ferret. He used to keep it in his in his like long coat thing. What have we got here? Oh, this is the pipe and the valve. I mentioned the valve, didn't I? For the air assist. Okay, that's really easy to install. You just push it on that one end, then you push it on onto the head itself, onto this module, the laser module, and that's pretty much it. Then you just turn the air on, and you can set the air. You can adjust it. I just put it on full to start with, and then sort of like taper it down until I think, oh, that's about right. Right, like anything like this, it's basically burning whatever it is, and it's a laser. So you need some kind of extraction in the room that you're working in. Also, you must make sure that you wear, I knew there'd be a pair in there somewhere, some specs. So I'm not sure these are the right colour actually, but I need to speak to them about that. They have got a code on them this time. Maybe they're right colour, I don't know. Obviously you must wear these. Obviously, if you're going to be in the same room with it, put your safety specs on these laser glasses. What would you call them? Something like that. Star Trek, isn't it? It's Data, isn't it? Not Data, what's his name? Oh, crikey, the one with the funny glasses on. So, shut up, Buzz. Get on with it. Right, over here we have some more packets. You have an accessory packet here, which is a little span and what have you, which, aren't we funny, I would never use. I think this is where a lot of these sort of companies fails, when they give you a spanner that is literally good for nothing. It's like you just bought a spanner from Timor or something. Why would you have something like that? That's terrible. I wouldn't even put that on a nut, because that's likely to damage a nut or ring it or whatever. Because what happens with these sort of things, they spread. Useless. A few tie wraps in there. You also get a few little test blocks, little bits of wood, so you can have a practice play on it. Little birch ply, which is the nicest ply to use when you're lazy if you're going to be using ply. I tend to cut directly onto hardwoods personally, or engrave on hardwoods. So what have you got in here? We have some Allen keys, which they look alright. They're the ones with little knobbly ends. Yeah, so you get different angles. They're fine, they are. But that spanner, oh my god, it's terrible. You also get a pair of tweezers. What's the tweezers for? Okay, all right, fair enough. Now I'm confused. So, and a brush for cleaning and what have you. Cleaning your track and your rail and what have you, because that will attract dust, because obviously the static. So, put that back over there. You get your key, which then plugs into the key hole here. With a little scutcheon around it. So you get a pair of keys. Oh, they are actually a cut key, sort of. Yeah, a little tiny key. It's better than, people willy-nilly touching stuff into it that you might not want them to touch. You can secure it a little bit, can't you? Or you could just unplug a cable, see. Oh, don't know, how does this go back together? It's not working. Oh, I know why it's not working. Anyway, in here we have a series of packets. What was in that one? And these packets should correspond. They've got this little thing here. What on earth is that? Some sort of little collar. I'm not sure what that's about. Don't know where that would go even. It's like a little brass collar with a screw slot on one side. I'm not sure what that's for. I need to do a bit of investigation on that one. But we have a series of packets, and there's far less packets in this laser to put this together. Step 4, step 5, we have the little belts here. They're obvious, you don't need a step for that. You get a micro SD card, which will probably have some files already loaded on it. So that'll be, there's an SD card there, a micro SD card, and an adapter. SD card? Oh, it is. There you go, a little SD card. Excuse my hands, but I'm a working man. Okay. Let's put it back in this little packet. For now, I will be worrying about that when I actually switch it on for the first time. And then we have a series of screws. It's nowhere near the amount of screws to put this together. Is that it? You can't. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 screws. 8 screws to put this whole thing together. That's ridiculously easy. Okay. And there should be a series of limit switches. Oh, they're the limit switches. Now they correspond, you see. Step 2, step 4, step 5. Now last time I almost had a packet for every step. So step 2 is over here. We've got the screws that go in the corners. That is the 8 screws. That's literally the 8 screws to hold the frame together. 2 screws in each corner. See, the long air raised 5 also had screws for the legs, the feet, and and all sorts of bits and pieces. It was far more complicated to put together. I've made a video on the channel actually, so you'll have a look of the installation or assembly of the raised 5. But this one looks ridiculously easy. One little pack of screws there. That's got nothing to do with that. Then we've got step 4. We jump all the way to step 4, which is just the 2 screws which mount the laser module to the dovetail track that I showed you earlier. And then we've got step 5, which is installation of the limit switches, which are here. Now they don't install them because they can get damaged, you see. That's it. There's no other components you've got to worry about. Literally just got to put the whole thing together. Oh, I was right about that little step stop here. Just a laser focus. So you just do it with that little depth stop. That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm really impressed, actually. The organisation of it, I think, is phenomenal. Because it's been laid out in this, how do you put it, this planet-destroying box. But, to be fair, it is... This makes sense. Just logical. Everything's just logical. Not be too worried about how I put these back in there, because I'm going to be pulling them all out later and having a closer look. Not a closer look, but I'm having a... getting ready to put it together. And I'll be recording that, so we'll do an assembly of it, which I don't think is going to be a horrendously long video, because this is just so simple. Looks really, really simple to put together. Yeah, so there you go. That is the Longear Raise 5. Actually, the Longear B1 40-watt laser. The Raise 5 is sitting over there in the corner, which you can't see. No. No. Blimey. Can't be bad. Are you excited? I know I am. So anyway, boot that old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. And oh yeah, don't forget the little bell icon. Because then you will get a little warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. That you will. I hope so. Please get excited. Toodaloo.